Hello, Amos. I pray and hope that during this season that God is keeping each of you in perfect peace. I want to encourage you, though, to stay faithful and to remember that this is not the first time God has had to deal with disease, famine, and drought. And the people of God has had to go through this before. And so the same God that came through for the people of God during those difficult times is the same God that will come through now. So I want you to hold your head up and stay encouraged and to be faithful and to know that you serve a God that is bigger than any virus, any disease, any drought. Be encouraged. One of the things I want to do is to inform you of what we're going to do going forward in the next several weeks here at the Ministry of Amos, and just give you an idea about our future plans. As you already know, the governor has mandated that no one gathers. So he's also mandated that we stay at home, and we want to encourage you to adhere to the governor's mandate. That being said, we're still going to meet with a group of people at the church to do worship services on Sundays. We're going to go stream it live via Facebook and YouTube, and I want to give a shout out to our media ministry for doing such an incredible job of making sure that we have this capability. So please tune in and worship during worship service, watch us during worship service, so that you can, still have the opportunity to be together with each other, even if it's through a technological means. Also, many of you are aware that we were hosting the spring convocation this coming Friday. Given what is going on, the bishop has not counseled the spring convocation. That is to say that we're still having it, but we're not having it here at Amos. We're going to have it via conference call. And MJ will be sending out an email about how you are able to participate in that if you choose to participate in that. Also, I've decided to come to the church and do a Bible study from my office. I know we've been doing it on Paul, but I want to change it for these next few weeks, take advantage of an opportunity to kind of go back to the basics. And so I've entitled the Bible class, Back to the Basics, Enhancing Biblical Literacy. So I'm going to go Facebook Live. I know last week I went Facebook Live and the words were backwards, so I apologize for that. I'm learning, I'm trying to master the technology, but I will have it together this Wednesday. So please tune in at 7 o'clock. To join me for Bible class on Wednesday evening. Let me talk a few minutes about giving, because we want to continue during this process to make sure that we honor God and worship God through our giving, and that we continue to sow seeds into the storehouse during this time. So I want to give you some opportunities and some available options for you to be able to participate in giving. The first option, obviously, is through Givelify, which MJ has set up for us, and we have been doing it for a couple of months now. So what I encourage you to do is download the app. When you download the app, look for Amos Temple Riverside, and then follow the prompts and give. So we want you to continue to give like you've been giving, as if you were giving. Another option you have is that you can mail in your offering, tithes and offerings, to the church, and we'll give you the address. You mail it to our P.O. Box, which is P.O. Box 55010. That's P.O. Box 55010. And that's Riverside, California, zip code 92517. That's the first way you can give through Givelify. The second way you can give, that's just the second way. The third way you can give, rather, is that you can bring it to the church on Wednesdays. I will be here from 2 to 8 on Wednesdays for sure. I'll be here other days, but that's the day that I recommend that you bring your tithes and offering to the church. And then I will be here to take those tithes and offerings and then make sure that the stewards get those. And the final way you can give is, even if no one is here, you can come and give your tithes and offerings and slide them under the door. So we ask and pray that you stay diligent about giving to the church and supporting the ministry during this season. The risk is that people want to give and support the ministry. That could set the ministry back with some challenges, but of course I trust that God will continue to move the church forward. So in closing, let me remind you that Jesus is still on the throne. Let me remind you that God is still in control. Don't allow the enemy to usher in anxiety and stress in your life. The enemy wants us to be discouraged. The enemy wants us to be stressful. The enemy wants us to be quick-tempered. Let us remember that the battle is not ours, that the battle is God. God wants to take control of our lives and of our battles. Trust in God. Put your faith in God and your hope in God, and everything will be okay. I love you. I want you to continue to encourage each other, give each other a phone call. I will be reaching out to members, but know that we are a family, and through this, we will be conquerors. Great is He that is in you than he that's within the world. God bless you, and may God keep you. Take care.